G'day everyone, welcome to a Week 5 mystery match for Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 3. I'm Pikapals, I'm joined by Koi. How's it going?
That's going good. Mystery is kind of a monster at times. Maybe we'll have a nice one today though.
It looks like we already have a nice one. They're starting off with sword and boots, so as far as we can tell, this one is free.
So we watched the intro cutscene or whatever, and it said 7 crystals instead of all the crystals, which I believe means entrance, but it might mean inverted too. And with the starting sword and boots, I think it definitely means inverted. Either way, we're going to find out as soon as they start the match. And I also don't see the Randomizer information, so it looks like no Randomizer settings were chosen.
That is also true. Okay, we have open mode and
nice hammer. Fantastic.
A free hammer.
Okay, it's not inverted. Maybe I misunderstood the 7 crystals thing then. Pikapals giving us the uncle start, assuming that he doesn't get murdered. He's fine.
And sab0tender likely going for bombs here. Yeah, it doesn't... I mean, unless that is incredibly lucky, it doesn't look like we have a shovel.
Yeah, maybe I had it backwards. Maybe 7 crystals means not entrance.
sab0tender with the completely unlucky no bombs.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And Pikapals is going to continue on into front of escape here. Not too crazy. Oh, wow. And all the bombs.
Yeah, this totally makes sense. You're there already. They've given you more than enough tools to full clear the place. May as well. Although I guess we don't know the status of keys here. Or maps or anything like that. The standard B in the back of bar.
Well, we know that maps are not shuffled because we wouldn't see the medallion or the crystal and pendant information on the map.
Very true.
Right, Sabo going into Kakariko Well with no bombs and does not get lucky. Very unfortunate. It's pretty risky to drop down there and just hope that you find some bombs, but with no money, it's not like sab0tender had lots of choices.
Yeah, this is a really unlucky situation to have managed to make it to Kakariko Village. Attempting to get bombs and finding none, attempting to find some money and finding none, attempting to find bombs again.
Well, we got the money now, so worst case scenario, we can just go buy some bombs.
None in the back.
Which is what Sap is going to do.
That is rough.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a bit surprised that sab0tender didn't spend more time on the 50-50 bushes. Because, like, that's the whole point of routing that way, right? Is to get free bombs from the bushes.
Yeah.
But I guess with the boots felt pretty comfortable continuing, because at least you can do the race game.
Okay, no key in the bottom of the castle, so the only other... Well, I guess that's not true, but if the key is not back here, Pikapals cannot continue towards the back, so it's going to be stuck for a bit. We'll see.
sab0tender with all the spicy routing.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Gets the flute, immediately abandons everything in Kakariko and heads on to Ice Rod Cave and sequence freaking Hopo.
Yeah, so he still doesn't have bombs either, so there's a ton of bombable stuff left to do in Kakariko Village that we haven't figured out about yet. But honestly, if you have the flute, getting back there is free, so why not?
Just Blue Mail in the Dark Cross. Pikapals is done in front of escape.
Yeah, this is interesting. So, okay, Sanctuary start. Either the key is in the back of escape, or we just haven't seen any small keys yet.
That would be, if small keys are shuffled, that would be indicated on the menu, wouldn't it? Like you see the key sanity, key counts, and all that. Have we seen a menu?
I don't
Chat
remember seeing
says
anything
we
there.
have seen the menu just now, and it is not key
Okay.
sanity.
So this is really just some fun open mode with free boots and a sword.
Yeah, there's still a question as to what our actual goal is, which it's going to be a little bit before we can find out. But as soon as we have the opportunity, I imagine our runners will go to the pyramid and read that sign.
Okay, with the starting boots, this check makes total sense. Nothing at Lumberjack, so the odds that we're going to see an Agawam play have gone down quite a bit.
Or we get to see those checks that sab0tender inadvertently skipped.
Yeah.
Flippers, oh no!
Hey, nice. I mean, gonna get back there eventually, right? Oh, of course, there's free bombs on the crab as well.
Eventually you get back there, but like if sab0tender like continues to find progression items, I could see it being put off for quite a while.
That actually might be the problem with getting that flute so early, is you can always think to yourself, like, I can just get back to Kakariko Village, right? It's so easy.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like if you're not going to orphan those completely, like you would have just done it right there, right? Just buy some bombs and go check them. But sab0tender did manage to find bombs without having to spend 50 rupees.
Really, with that free hammer, the lack of Master Sword really isn't a problem either.
sab0tender going to Sick Kid and not to the bomb lock locations.
Well, there it is anyway. It's funny, this is all nice stuff, but it still doesn't bring us anywhere. Not yet, anyway.
We'll see it in Mini Moldorm Cave or something similar, I'm sure.
Probably.
Sabo, no! Okay. Well, that's really bad news, you guys. So sab0tender, if you have missed it so far, skipped out on the 2 bomb lock locations in the Kakariko Well and Blind Side Out. And then later came back to Kakariko with bombs and still didn't check them, which tells me that sab0tender is probably trying to skip them forever. Unfortunately, there's flippers in one of those checks.
There's always a chance that we don't need those flippers, because with those free boots, all it's really needed is for Swamp Palace.
Yeah, and then it's also, random goal. So it may just be like a super quick Ganon where we don't need flippers for anything at all.
Yeah, so we'll cross our fingers for Sabo. Guessing this is what we're looking for, right? This or the mountain.
Lots of money for our good buddy Zora. There's a nice glove too, and the Dark Bolt access. Look at that. Right. Okay, so that all but guarantees Sabo is not going to find the flippers for a long time.
I mean, this is still not the worst scenario to be in. We just got to figure out what these goals are, and we'll have some idea. Yeah, 2 of our pendants are in the Dark World too.
Yeah, I would expect sab0tender to go to the pyramid right after Hype Cave here, just to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be 0 crystals, right? And then we're just a fire source from killing Ganon.
I mean, what are the odds?
I think we can actually get an answer to that question.
I think the odds are actually 0. But
Oh, is it 0? Can they not do 0 crystals?
yeah,
sorry.
there's going to be a minimum of 3.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. My bad.
I mean, the odds of it being 3 are approximately the same as it being 7. It's a little more rare, but
Flipper checks from Flipper checks from Pikapals. We got Ether Medallion. Sabo has not done these checks.
Okay, I mean that's not an impossible thing for Sabo to do, but definitely if you don't have the flippers, you're probably gonna.
Yeah, you put it off for a little bit at least.
What do we got? Oh, okay.
All right, we got an old-fashioned pedestal seed with Titansmith on the pyramid.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, nice bow from Zora.
All right, so the odds of needing to go into Swamp Palace have just kind of tanked.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen a map check yet, have we?
No, we haven't, which is kind of surprising. I think that would be the first thing that you do after realizing that you just need the other 2 pendants.
So sab0tender is going into Palace of Darkness with no lamp, no bow, and without having done a map check even. I am confused.
Yeah, maybe we'll get one from Beacon.
Oh, map check. All right. Swamp. It's Swamp. Swamp and Thieves Town.
Well,
so this is actually really bad news for sab0tender. Like, we may see him go to that check that he orphaned in Kakariko soon, but given that he didn't do it on his first opportunity after getting back in Kakariko, it seems unlikely that he's going to do it anytime
the fact that Thieves Town is the other one actually maybe makes it a little bit better, because if you've got the mirror, like we're basically hoping that he gets the mirror first, because if he gets the mirror first, that check is super easy. Even if he doesn't get the mirror first, that check is still in the neighborhood of stuff that he needs to do. So
it's so slow though.
I know, but none of this is ideal.
So to answer chat, the flippers are bomb locked in Kakariko Well. sab0tender went to Kakariko before finding bombs or money and ended up orphaning the 2 bomb lock locations. But when he came back, he didn't check them. Things are not looking good.
Yeah, they sure could look better. You know, the good news is we're not really looking for that much. We need some kind of a
mirror hook. That's it.
Yeah, we may not even need
fire.
A fire source.
Oh no, yeah, pedestal. We don't need fire. Yeah, mirror and hook would be go mode. Instead, we find a shovel, which is basically mirror and hook shot.
But how long is it going to take Sabo to get those flips?
The mitts make me nervous.
Yeah,
because like the more parts of the game that sab0tender has access to, the less likely he is to go back to Kakariko for those 2 out of the way checks.
it is. And before you get the nice shield, before you get the mirror, I think you sort of
walks right by it. Oh, sab0tender, why?
Yeah, before you get the mirror, doing a lot of this stuff gets really uncomfortable. Like this is likely a full clear of Thieves Town. He's heading straight down to, and doing this whole area is so much nicer with the mirror, especially when you have the Titansmiths like that. But hey, nice.
That'll help with nothing. Never mind.
It'll help with hitting things.
These are like the 3 dungeons where having the Tempered Sword means very, very little.
Yeah, it gives you a nicer boss fight for Swamp Palace.
We can kill Moldorm in 2 hits instead of 3.
Yeah.
Got him.
Real neat. Now, in fairness, that hookshot can be buried pretty deep here, and it also has the chance of being in Swamp Palace itself, which is the worst possible location it could be. Hopefully, it's just going to show up here somewhere.
Yeah, what we want, if you're a sab0tender fan, like what you want is for the hookshot of the mirror to be so bottlenecked that sab0tender ends up doing those Kakariko checks before last locationing it.
Also, side note, that was a green 20, so we are missing some stuff from the pool here. Or that was starting boots or sword.
Yeah, it's probably the starting items. Because we already have blue mail, so it's not hard item pool.
That's true. Yeah, there's a couple places where a hookshot could be. We don't know the Ganon's Tower requirement yet, and we're not going to know for a bit because we need some. We need
the mirror or the hookshot.
Yeah, well, what do you know?
But yeah, it is certainly possible for the mirror or the hookshot to be very, very deep in this seed, including at the top of a 7 crystal GT if it were to come to that.
Also, that's a fun book, which we need the mirror or the hookshot to
sab0tender
one of those.
Getting bodied a little bit.
You know, I have been completely not paying attention. I have no idea how many items they found in here.
So what I normally do for Thieves Town is I just don't count at all, and then right before it matters, I'll do an extra menu and spend a second to find out. It's not the most efficient way to do it. But it does work.
All right. Well, that's a key, so it's going to be a full clear anyway. Yeah, beyond that book, this place has been kind of garbage. That doesn't even give us a full clear of Desert Palace.
Sab was playing it as safe as he can.
Yeah.
Even killed all those extra enemies in the first room, hoping for a heart drop.
Absolutely not the place you want to die.
Very nice fight.
Lovely. Yeah, this place was not great.
Oh, we can go do desert now. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we sure can do the front of desert. Sounds like fun.
Pet seeds in general sound on paper like they might be more fun than they are to play. Because it's like, oh, I only have to do 3 dungeons. Makes for a pretty quick seed, right? But then you remember that only 3 dungeons being required means that you have essentially 7 pendants that you don't want to do.
Yeah, if anything is stuck in GT, suddenly that pendant requirement becomes, especially if the GT crystal count is really low, the odds of something getting stuck in GT get higher and higher as that crystal count goes down.
Put some bombs in hammer pegs.
The question is Pikapals going to go grab that frog?
I'm usually not a big fan of grabbing the smith if you don't have the mirror, but with flute and the mitts, I think it seems a pretty free check. Especially for sab0tender if he wants to come back to Kakariko for those 2 checks he skipped. Just turn in the smith on the way, right?
That's true. We're also kind of, I don't know, like they're going to put off going to Death Mountain as long as they possibly can because there's only a couple things up there they can get. But as soon as they get one of the 2 things that allows them to access the rest of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's going to be like the big decider for sab0tender at least is which comes first, bottleneck or mountain access, on whether or not we see those flippers.
By the way, the fact that he's picked up the
yeah, it's good. It's a good sign.
Yeah, that is another chance for him to skip the 2 bomb checks.
And there's bombos on Stumpy that puts Ice Palace in logic for us. Yay!
Spectacular.
All right, we're fluting back to Kakariko. Is it time? sab0tender, please. No, don't go that way.
Not quite time.
Getting outed as a creeper. That's not good.
No.
Do you sequence break into Ice Palace before you check those 2 chests in Kakariko, do you think?
Yes.
All right.
I think is the problem. That was a fun little jump into the well there.
Nothing on the smith. Floating away. Maybe just floating to Kakariko. It's faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe?
Nope.
No? Desert? Okay.
I am very much of the opinion that and doing these Dark World Dark Mire checks before. Okay.
Oh, we can get into Mire. That's awful with no fire source or cane.
Yeah, one of the worst places that the mirror can be is in the purple chest. So if it is there, then Sabo's got a little bit of a nicer time there. But
really? Okay.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I mean, honestly, this goes in line with everything else that sab0tender has done this seed. We've seen nothing but super spicy routing.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, this is not a 5/6 crystal, so like, who really cares?
Yeah, the main problem is that you don't have fire source, so that's like you're already can't do the boss, obviously, with no Canis Moria, but without the fire source, you also can't do 2 other checks, which may or may not have the big key or items.
Our red mail in the back escape.
So for those just joining us, yes, this is actually a mystery seed. It just doesn't look like one.
It's not very mysterious.
It's just an open ped seed with starting boots, sword, and flute.
Yeah, the only thing that's been mysterious so far is where Sabo's going to go next.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we're getting the pod play out of Pikapals. I think this 100% makes sense. There's a ton of stuff you can get in there, and you can get all of it. So why not?
Yeah, especially with the bow in hand, this definitely means a lot more in logic items for Pikapals than it did when sab0tender came here.
Yeah, there's a chance that I mean, Turtle Room kind of stinks without any fire source, but if it's a if we've got the map or compass on the boss, we might just not see it at all.
I'd be inclined not to sequence break the lamp at all if I could help it.
Yeah.
Especially mystery, because you don't know if it's beatable only or not.
Also true. Well,
Like, I mean, I wouldn't like completely never do it, never sequence break the lamp, but I would try to route in such a way that doesn't inspire me to do it a ton. Like this playing a pod, I think makes sense because, you know, regardless of the lamp lock or anything, this is still an item dense location.
I would be terrified of the that the game wants you to go somewhere stupid to get the lamp so that you can come back here and get your hook shot or whatever.
Right.
So I just sort of blindly complete places, especially places like this with 5 items in them. I just sort of, it just happens.
I'd be surprised if we see Pikapals kill Helmosaur, no matter the situation. Like, even if he finds the lamp and there's an item on Helmosaur, I don't think he kills Helmosaur here.
The non-fire locked parts of Misery Mire were no good.
Very unfortunate. Sequence break ice. Sequence break ice. Okay. Oh, he doesn't even have Bombos yet.
No. It's that. Yeah, I guess didn't end up going south there. Now, I have the horrible calm brain that makes me fear. Oh, there it was.
Wow. Okay. Worst seed ever.
Ah, jeez.
What a spicy place for the bow. And the other one's on Zora, too.
Yeah. You know what? That is a blessing in disguise. So that lets him go straight into Eastern. So yeah, we haven't really seen... I mean, you don't really expect to find anything in the front of Pod anyway, but haven't seen anything Pod yet. Still stuff that we need to see in Eastern. Still a big old question mark. What do we got in the dark? This stuff is only really any fire source locked. Okay.
All the small keys.
Sure.
That is our 6 small keys, so there will be something non-key like in this chest right here. That was definitely not a key.
No, not at all. This is some big taking the backwards route through dark maze in Pod.
What?
Oh, there we go.
Wait, Pikapals is going straight.
I mean, backwards as far as we're concerned.
Oh, don't die in here, though. Get him! Befriend, please! Save me! Hey!
Ooh,
that is
okay.
an item that doesn't give us access to our pendants.
But
or
it's
anything,
not
really.
nothing.
Oh, it makes Ice Palace a lot better, though.
Makes Ice Palace better. It makes eventually when we get up the mountain and have to go into Turtle Rock, it makes that possible.
Alright, we're gonna see Ice Palace, right? Like, just immediately Ice Palace. Well, you can grab the hearts. Usually grab the hearts if you're going to Ice Palace.
No,
Oh, Eastern. Okay. Well, we get silvers.
Eastern and or Pod.
So far, Eastern has been a goose egg here for sab0tender.
Yeah, other question is sab0tender finishing this place with, you know, thinking maybe gonna have to head into GT later, or do we just abandon GT? Or Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's out.
Oh, that's yeah. I don't
'Cause
know.
it's
I think
compass
I
on
would have
our
killed
mode, right?
it. Like, I'd be worried about something being in GT. But,
I
at the same time, are the 2 items we need for Go mode, we have to have one of them to even get to GT.
It's true.
So,
It's I rationally I like it. It's a sensible, don't spend a bunch of time doing a bunch of stuff that you probably won't have to do. But also my the weird monkey at the back of my brain is saying like, no, you got to do it.
is anyone else really surprised that Pikapals is doing Eastern instead of Ice Palace? I thought Ice Palace was like, oh man, we're totally going to Ice Palace. But I guess with it not having done Hospital, this ends up being a lot more items altogether.
It is also technically the same number of things.
Yeah, the main reason I would be thinking Ice Palace is because of the items we found.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They say go to Ice Palace, where the only thing that says go to Eastern is its existence, right?
You know what else we haven't seen yet? Just thinking about Ice Palace is neither of them hop down into Skull Woods to do anything.
Yep, that's true. We have not seen Front of Skull Woods or Desert Palace. I think we haven't seen.
Yeah, those are two. I mean, we're basically just sitting around waiting for a fire source of some kind in order to unlock the rest of those dungeons. Specifically the fire rod for getting in the back of Skull Woods, but I think it makes sense. Again, this is all from like a statistical standpoint. You're like, yeah, totally. Don't go in Skull Woods. You're probably gonna get one item, but then that one item ends up being a mirror.
sab0tender just play back into pod, not paying off.
No, and we kind of know what's already.
Are we
here.
going Helma?
That is a real good question. So both of them have.
What did he not do in the back? Oh, anything in the back. He hasn't done anything in the back.
Yeah.
I thought he did this when he came in here earlier.
So yeah, it's a question of like, both of them have the opportunity here to do something that the other one didn't, which is, clear the dungeon, which Pika is gonna do.
Yep, looks that way.
Pika's going for the crystal. Okay. Which will be one out of the minimum 3 that's going to be required to get into GT.
Which we currently can't even read the sign for.
No, I think this play is a tiny bit more attractive when you have no idea what the GT requirement is. If I did and it was like 6, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to look back here. If it does end up being GT later on, I'm content to do the walk of shame to the back of Eastern.
Yep, bonk.
Lovely.
Nice. Very nice silver spite. Pikapals just, what's the word? Styling all over.
Yep. Styling for that compass.
Now we go Ice Palace, right? I believe.
What's it going to be? Yep.
Well,
except
hold on. I got one thing to do, and then I'll go to Ice Palace, okay?
if you say so. All right, Sabo, where are you going? This is the big question mark in my head. Where are you to?
Desert.
Desert, yeah. Okay.
Oh! That's a hook shot. That's really bad for sab0tender, guys.
Oh man.
That's. I mean, it's good for us, see more pieces of the puzzle, but this is bad for sab0tender.
Yeah. It'd be fun as if Mirror was in here. That'd be.
What do you
super-
mean? What do you mean? Check those 2 locations in Kakariko. I can do the entirety of Paradox Cave, Super Bunny Cave, Hookshot Cave, Spiral Cave, Tower of Hera, maybe even open up Turtle Rock.
You know, it's funny. Like,
GT.
some people like to hop down off of that ledge initially before they go into the dark world just to see what it is. Some people don't, because then you have to flute back to 6.
I have to admit, I never drop down.
For every 20 times that it's a quarter heart, one of those times. All right, so the big other question is, what on earth is here in Ice Palace? Because the game clearly gave us all the stuff to do Ice Palace.
Well, now I think it's nothing. Because I didn't know about the hookshot. With the hookshot, now it feels like Ice Palace is a terrible play.
Now it's even more fun. Of course, the fire rod's in
source.
here.
That's okay.
That's exactly what was going to be in there. And a mushroom.
I guess it would make sense to drop off the ledge before going to the mire area, since you have no mirror, but you do have the book. But in general, I usually just wait till I have the mirror and just check it from the dark world.
It's just funny because it adds a tiny little bit more time to get you information about probably garbage.
Right.
But then sometimes. All right. So yeah, I think you're right. I think Mirror's up here somewhere on the mountain.
Yeah, it's so many checks. Far too many checks not to do this play. Like, it makes sense for sab0tender to do this play. I'm not trying to like rag on sab0tender, right, for not going back to Kakariko. He's owning his gamble. His gamble was, I'm gonna go to Kakariko with no bombs.
Yep.
And that resulted in those locations getting orphaned. And if he ever goes back to them, it's like paying extra time on top of the time you already lost. So it makes sense to not go back there as long as you have better things to do. And this is a really good thing he has to do.
Yeah, this is a ton of stuff. 7 things in here.
Now, was it a good gamble to go to Kakariko with no bombs? That's a whole different discussion.
I mean, this is the rough thing, is that there weren't bombs on the way to Kakariko, and he just completely
There
lucked
was,
out
though, because
with
he
that.
has boots. There's the bonk rock right next to the fortune teller. And he went past the 50-50 bombs. He just chose not to check them more than once.
That's true. He's just trying to speed through this area.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, there it
there's
is.
mirror.
There
So
it
we are now in no mode. Ice Palace is in fact going to be empty.
Yeah.
But with that fire source, it won't take Pikapals long to make his way over to desert, since now it's full clearable.
No, it totally makes sense. Okay, so the rest of this game is completely a question of how long does it take Sabo to finish the rest of Kakariko Village? Feels a little weird to say. And how long does it take Pikapals to make his way over to the desert area? Which I feel is a much better proposition with flute and mitts and mirror.
Yeah, Pika's going to go to desert pretty soon. Maybe go to Skullwoods first, I guess.
Hey, that was almost too. So that ether ended up being completely useless in more ways than one. All right, Pika, where are you going?
We're floating.
2-6. You
Yep.
are fluting a 6. Yeah, there it is.
I've had access to that for how long?
Yeah. And now next question. Does Pika just complete... Ooh, there's your 4th sword. And half magic. What a lovely cave full of stuff you just really don't need.
Oh, we get to read our sign for GT.
Yeah. It was 4.
Okay. Can sab0tender get 4 crystals?
I mean, in another seed, that would have been really great news. But I doubt we're going to see the interior of GT.
If he goes to Stumpy, he can get Ice Palace, Skullwoods, Desert, Pod, Eastern. Yeah, okay.
So I think this makes sense from Pikapals' perspective. Like, totally just, you're in the neighborhood. You have the fire source, which was the thing that Sabo didn't have while here.
Oh, yeah, leave no stone unturned.
Hmm. But I gotta imagine he's thinking, like, go to the mountain.
Well, I mean, you know, like, even if he's not worried about the number of checks on the mountain, that's where our next pendant is, right? So you do Paradox Cave on the way anyway.
No, he's out. Not even bothering. I mean, I don't blame him against... I think this is completely the sensible play. Don't at all bother.
I mean, you'd feel pretty dumb if Agina's Cave was your mirror, right? And you full cleared the entire mountain.
All right, mountain. On 10. Yep.
Surprised he didn't do the mushroom, because like you spent all the time in Agina's Cave. I'd want to know what the mushroom was. And there is pendant number 2 for sab0tender. Unfortunately, the third one is a little out of reach.
Yeah, I mean, like, this isn't an impossible scenario for Sabo. It's literally just like, how long is it going to take to get him back to that well?
Oh yeah, it's weird. Like, if he goes to the well right now, he wins.
Yeah.
But why would he?
I don't know. Like, what makes more sense for Sabo right now? Half cleared desert.
Dark.
Obviously not going back. Half cleared.
We thought
Eastern.
Dark Mountain. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Bunch of mirror checks, miss sequence, front of Skullwoods.
So I think he's dived basically most of the dungeons that he can do.
He's orphaned quite a few checks, not even just the Kakariko. Like, we hasn't found Bombos on Stumpy even.
Yeah. I have to imagine that you don't really care about those at this point because, like, that gets you Ice Palace, which you know that you don't need. That gets you into Turtle Rock, which actually that potentially could be flips, but I don't know. I think with the mirror right now, you finish up the rest of your Smith chain and K45 and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see.
He may do that, but I don't think he's going to check the Kakariko checks.
I thought that was going to be 3, but it was 4. All right. Pikapals is good to go.
Yeah, that is go mode.
Does that one ever do Uncle?
No. Pikapals started here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That was 45 minutes ago, so long ago.
And we should see the fastest possible Hera clear. There is no reason for Pikapals to do anything but Hera pot up to the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets a spin speed. There we go.
This whole dive for Moldor, when you don't open any chests, is like 30 seconds or something. It's so fast.
Yeah. Especially if you've got the boots.
Very quick kill.
All right, now we've got the other thing that feels incredible, which is the Go Mode Swamp Palace. I think this may seal the deal on this one, barring something absolutely insane happening in Swamp Palace. Sabo would have had to get here first, or around the same time. It has been a hot minute since I've seen an Argus death. It would be weird.
It's so frustrating. Swamp Palace. Even when it's fast, it's still slow.
Yeah,
with these silly mirror transitions, and they have to go to the light world and the dark world and the light world. Come on, just let me pull pedestal.
It's just got such a weird list of requirements that don't seem to have anything to do with each other. Oh, you gotta have a hammer, and you gotta have flippers, and you gotta have a mirror. Like, what's the mirror for? Well, it's not for being in the dungeon.
All right, nothing in front of escape for sab0tender.
All right, where are you to?
So it's pretty much lost cause, right? Like sab0tender can't catch up at this point, but we can still find the flippers before Pikapals pulls pedestal. I believe.
Back of escape. This makes sense. Yeah, I mean, there's still a little stuff to do left in Swamp Palace. It's not. You can't just go straight to the boss. I mean, you can, but it's a long and winding road. So we're getting his 2 males back to back, which I now just clued in that they're both in Hyrule Castle somewhere. Is this it?
Including to 3. Very unlikely. Oh. Bye, Kakariko. Well, I miss you.
This is the unlikely low percent Skull Woods dive. I mean, honestly, I think it'd feel even worse if flippers were here and you never went here because you were like, there's nothing here. Why would I go here?
I never go in front of scolds anymore. It only ruins my seeds like 80% of the time though. Boom! Arrow to the face.
That gives us all 3 pendants, which means that Pikapals can just run off to Hyrule Castle, have a chat with the old man out front, and take this in less than an hour. Less than 50 minutes, maybe. It's fast enough.
Yeah, a nice pet seed. Don't see that very often.
Wait, I'm thinking of Triforce then. Stupid. No, he's got to go to the pedestal. That's... Don't worry about me.
I wasn't worried.
I mean, he could talk to some dude. Really feels like it.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that if you read the pedestal in a ped seed, it says, "You win!" Exclamation point.
And it is correct. You do win.
GG Pikapals.
Yeah, congratulations. That is a 50-minute and 14-second
Well, that is just about the tamest mystery seed I've seen this whole tournament.
Yep. Officially 50 minutes and 12 seconds with the Sabo forfeiting the end. Let's see if we can get Pika in here for an interview at least.
Hello, Pikapals.
Hey.
So, Ice Palace was mean, I think. But otherwise, this was a nice seed. You agree?
You know, this was a very stressful seed. Getting to the pyramid, like, I don't know, what, 10 minutes in or so, and seeing your 2 items away from go mode, and they could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that's incredibly annoying. Because at that point, you're just hunting around for either both of those things, or we were saying one of them is probably up on the mountain and you're just going to put it off forever until you find the other one.
Yep, the whole time I was thinking like, all right, I'm going to go find either the mirror or the hook shot, and then the other one's going to be in Paradox Cave, because that's where it always is. So yeah, then I decided after doing the general easy Dark World stuff, you know, I'll just take this bow I got from Zora and see maybe Pod has something. Then, oh, I'll take this cane from Pod and maybe Ice has something.
We're also joined by sab0tender. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, GG's Pikapals. Nice job, buddy.
Jeez.
So it's a little weird because Pikapals is the winner, and we're like, oh, good job, Pikapals, it's amazing. But I really want to talk about sab0tender.
Oh no, you don't.
Like, the whole race. That's who we're paying attention to.
When is he gonna go to the well?
Sounded like an unfortunate saga happened over there.
Yeah, dude.
was it a case of never wanting to go back, or just forgetting that the bombable stuff was incomplete?
You know, I think I've been the start not having the bombs. I don't know. I got a little bit tilted early on, and then I just kind of lost the script a little bit there, and I think I forgot about them. I think I totally forgot about the bombable locations. There was just too much else to see in the world.
In fairness, that like it didn't give you bombs. It didn't give you money to get bombs. It was just a really rude, I would say,
rude
first 5
start.
minutes.
Rude start for sure.
So you went through the 50-50 bushes.
Oh,
Why not stay for more checks for bombs?
See, and I did that, and then I just walked right past them. Like, I mean, I think my start was a little bit off. I had like some issues with the setup, and when we got started with the race, and so I don't know, just off for the first few minutes. And I think if I had been thinking a little harder about what I was doing at the very beginning of the race, things would have gone a little bit better. But yeah, I ran right past the bushes there and didn't even think to stop and grab a bomb, even though I went that way specifically thinking about bombs. It was bad. It was bad.
Well, fortunately, like your lack of flippers kept you away from a lot of things that Pikapals ended up doing. It was incredibly like it was close from a technical perspective, I guess I would say, because you had tower pair up first. You had the hook shot first. You had the mirror first. It was just a matter of
from the moment you found the mirror, it was okay. At any point, if he just goes back to the well, at any point he wins the race. But
right,
it just wasn't going to happen.
Oh, it was so close. It was right there.
Yeah,
because Pikapals, unfortunately, like ended up full clearing ice and even killing Armos. So that was a lot of time spent.
Yeah, I decided, there's a small chance that either the mirror or the hookshot could be in GT, so I'll just grab a couple of quick crystals, see if I can get in there the first time I'm up there. It'll be nice.
Mm-hmm. That same plan was in my mind with regard to the flippers as well. I was trying to figure out which dungeons I was going to do to get up in there. So yeah, man, we had the same idea, I guess, but yeah.
Well, it was entertaining to watch.
I'm sure it was a bit of a clown show, but
you also skipped Stumpy.
Were you aware
of that? That was Bombos.
What?
Which led to Fire Rod in Ice Palace.
Which led to nothing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was looking for Bombos. I wanted to get into Turtle Rock. I thought maybe Turtle Rock was going to be my saving grace. Oh, there was just so many possibilities.
They were all garbage.
All garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. Mystery is a bit of a question mark. It's just like,
you it's something.
It's a clown show no matter what happens.
No matter what, right?
This is a rough game mode to race in general, though, because you're always right on the cusp of go mode, but you want to skip everything, but you can't skip the things that have the things, but it might be that thing you want to skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, pedestal goal especially, yeah.
The fact that you can get pedestal goal, the fact that you can get a Triforce Hunt seed is just like, that's what do you do if that happens?
Yeah, right.
Oh
well. I'm glad it was entertaining, at least, to see us both kind of stumble around what should have been like a 30-minute seed.
Nah, I don't. There's no way that could have. It's just
all they had to do was hop down from Desert Ledge at any point.
Oh yeah.
All I had to do was flute to Desert Ledge at any point.
Yeah.
I think like literally any seed, all you have to know is where all the things are and then go get them. It's as easy as that.
Words of
When
wisdom.
are we going back?
You see that? Oh yeah.
Right on. Well, I don't know if I have too much else to add. I'm pretty spent from that quick little 50 minutes there of running around like an idiot. Koi and Fentalis, thanks guys for doing the commentary there. Excellent team brought to this one, and Adalor on tracking. Right on. Thanks for that.
Our pleasure.
Well, we do have a few things coming up. Not quite yet, but I mean, oh, excuse me, drinking all this water. Yeah, we got a few things coming up. Most of the most of the streams that are going on this afternoon have finished their way up, but we do have a couple other things going on at 6:10. So I guess that's no, that will be starting soon. I don't know how time things
It's
work.
in 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. That's how that works. But in 2 hours on SG5 and on SpeedGaming itself, we have Team Hime versus 2 Pearl, 2 Furious, Dragon Strikes, and Trinex. And then the Bomb Squad versus the 2019 Titans Myths of 2019. That is a name. F. Coughlin, Fred versus Sailor Nep coming up. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on later this evening as well, but those will be absolutely exciting. There's actually stuff going on entirely for the rest of the day. I am going to see if I can stay up long enough to watch my good friend Locke fighting Humbug at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is 3 o'clock in the morning for me. But
There's a 2 a.m. match?
there's a 2 a.m.
Oh my God.
match.
I didn't realize. I'm totally signing up for that.
On Speed Gaming. I would sign up for it too, but will I be functional at 3 a.m.? Who knows?
Well, they may not choose me since I already did a comp today.
No, it's true. They may not choose me.
But
because
I'm
just
almost
gonna
always
make
awake
fun of
at that
Locke the
time of
entire
night.
But anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure calming with you. And,
Yeah, it was a quick one.
absolute pleasure to watch it. Yeah, I got time to, I don't know, make some chicken or something. We'll see. Anyway, thank you to both of the runners. Thank you so much as well to our tracker. That's going to be something to pronounce. Is it Adilor Solthair? That doesn't feel right in the mouth, but feels somewhere close to where it would be. Anyway, thank you so much. You all have a wonderful afternoon or evening or whatever it is, wherever you are. Possibly morning.
Something like that. Bye, everybody.
Oh, I know.